Hi, I'm going to be doing my fourth video now for you. It's going to be this shelf just here. Few B's at the beginning, then a few more are going to be C's. Let's go and see what we've got, shall we? Hi there, welcome to my fourth video, my fourth shelf on my collection. I'm going to start going through with them now. We got this one called The Brain, which is a cheesy like 80s sort of horror movie. Pretty good, I enjoyed that one, that was okay. Brain Dead, which is Bill Paxton, I think, and Bill Pullman together. Weird like little sci-fi horror one. This is not the Peter Jackson one, this is just a different one. It's a bit like a Twilight Zone episode, it's pretty good, that one. Peter Jackson's Brain Dead, brilliant film that, I think everyone's heard of that one. Brain of Blood, 70s Adamson film. It was X-rated when it came out, it's 15 rated now, but it's really cheesy, but I enjoyed that one quite a lot, it's a good film. Brain Scan, which is I think Edward Furlong's in there. Bit of video game or something. It was okay, you know. I like the bad guy in it though, he was quite good. Bram Stoker's Dracula, like a lavish sort of 2 hour plus take on Dracula. It was okay now, one of the better big budget ones I suppose. But Bram Stoker's Legends of the Mummy, which is like a remake of Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. Prefer the Hammer one though. Bram Stoker's Shadow Builder. I really like this movie. Saw this one on video years ago and had to buy it on DVD. I really like it. Michael Rooker's in that as well. Pretty good. The Breed, which is about these people getting stalked by wolves or wild dogs. It was okay, passable. The Bride, which is Sting's in it. It's basically like a remake of Bride of Frankenstein. Nowhere near as good as that classic, but you know, it's not bad. Not a bad movie. Bride of Chucky. I've got all the Child's Play films except the new one. I haven't got that The Curse of Chucky yet, but I like all the Child's Plays, they're all pretty good. Bride of Reanimator, the sequel to the original Reanimator. That one was, in my opinion, just as good as the first one. Some really great like gross out effects in that as well, really good. Bride of Dracula, which I think was Hammer's second Dracula film after the horror of Dracula. And you think of that, you know, Christopher Lee in it for some reason. He didn't want to be typecast and then someone else did it. That's a bit, you know, it's still got Peter Cushing in it, but it's not the same there, Christopher Lee, is it? Broken, yeah, that one was okay. Not really a great movie, but Cronenberg's The Brood, really enjoyed that. That was pretty good, not seen it before. That was well worth watching. Brotherhood of Blood, that was okay vampire flick. You know, some good casting. It was okay, it was watchable. Brotherhood of the Wolf. This is really good, this one. I suppose it's not really strictly a horror film, but it's got horror elements to it. Christopher Gans directed it as well. He did like the Silent Hill film, so yeah, that was good, that film. Bubba Hotep, which is Don Coscarelli's really strange film. That is, it's like a mummy loose in an old folks' home, and it's like where Elvis Presley retires and that. He fakes his death and he's living in an old folks' home and he's fighting a mummy. Sounds bizarre, but yeah, really good, I enjoyed it. The Burning, it's a classic sort of slasher film, come out a couple of years, it was a year or two after Friday the 13th. Brilliant one. I enjoyed this more than Friday the 13th, to be honest, this film, really good. The next one we got The Borrowers, which is like a Wild West horror, like a western one. Yeah, it's pretty good, that. Good atmosphere in it as well. Butchered, which is like a run-of-the-mill slasher flick, really. Some good gore scenes in it, but you know, very low budget. It was okay. The killer was bizarre as well. It was like a mad woman with like goofy teeth. A strange killer. But there goes Cabin Fever as well. It's the first Cabin Fever. I really liked that. It was quite gross for 15 rated as well. But yeah, I enjoyed that film. Then Cabin Fever 2, which was even more gross than the first one. There's some real gross effects in that film. I enjoyed it though. So it reminded me a bit like Carrie for some reason. I think it was because it was all set at a prom, a high school prom. But Cabin in the Woods, I really like this movie. When I bought it, I hadn't really heard much about it, you know. And it starts off, you think it's gonna be like an Evil Dead thing in a log cabin, and it just completely goes in the other direction. Some great monster effects in that as well. You know, a lot of action in it. I really like that one. Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, which is like usually quoted as being the first ever true horror film. I think made in 1919. Yeah, enjoyed that. Not my favourite silent film, but yeah, it was good. The original Candyman, everyone's heard of that one. Great, that was a really good film, that one. And the sequel there, Farewell to the Flesh,
which I really enjoyed as well. It sort of told you about Candyman's backstory, his history and that. Enjoyed that one, that was good as well. Candyman Day of the Dead, which is the third one. I thought that one was awful. I didn't like it at all. Very, very slow to get into, and the last 10 minutes was pretty good, but not worth sitting through an hour and 20 odd minutes worth to watch that bit. Cannibal Apocalypse, which is supposedly an old video nasty. Not that graphic really, a few gore scenes in it, but one of the lesser of the video nasties. It was still, it was okay, it was perfectly watchable though. Cannibal Detour, I think known as Hell's Highway as well. In some places sometimes it's called just Detour. It wasn't that great, run-of-the-mill cannibal film. Cannibal Holocaust, everyone's heard of this movie. This is the Uncut Cult Epics release. I think it's a Thai release or something, but that's the completely uncut one, and very shocking, really brutal as well, even to today's standards. A really brutal film. Cannibal Terror, which was a really, really poor Spanish and French co-production. There's a bit of gore in it, but it was a very poor film. The natives are really strange as well. It's like they don't even look like natives. They look like these regular people off the street and whacked a bit of paint on them. It's they're laughable really. The actual natives are poor. The Caretaker. A lot of people sort of have said good things about this, but to me I just couldn't get into it. It was very slow, like Australian vampire film, sort of compared to Stakeland, but nowhere near as good as Stakeland. But it had its moments, but it wasn't great. Conjurer Fear, which I was a bit disappointed with really. I expected that to be a really good sort of haunted fair sort of type, film, and it wasn't that great. Wes Craven's Carnival of Souls, that was okay. Not one of his best sort of films he's ever produced, but it was watchable. Carrie, great film that, really good. A bit of a classic. Everyone's heard of that one. The Case of the Bloody Irish, I think from the 70s. I think that was. It was an okay, like a giallo film. It was okay. Stuart Gordon's Castle Freak. That's a brilliant film. Really, really enjoy that one. Jeffrey Combs, one of the best performances he's ever given in that film. So that's a great movie. That. The Cat and the Canary. That's one from the 70s. I think it was what was his name? There's like a few famous people in that one. Honor Blackman. Yeah, it's like a lot of British stars in it, and it was okay. Worth a view, that one. Cat in the Brain. Yeah, Lucio Fulci film, I think that was. He didn't really like that one very much. It's also known as Nightmare Concert, but it was okay. It wasn't great. Cat and Nine Tails, really good early Dario Argento film. Recommend seeing that one. That's great. Stephen King's Cat's Eye, really good anthology. Really worth seeing that one. Catacombs, not that keen. That was was watchable. It wasn't great. The Cave, that's sort of like a lower budget version of The Descent. It was okay. It was not as scary, no graphic or anything. So The Cavern, that was another one sort of similar to The Cave, funny enough. Virtually same film but with different creatures. I think I prefer The Cavern to The Cave. There's not really much in them. The Cell, the Jennifer Lopez one, it was alright. I picked it up cheap. So The Cellar Door, I've not watched that one yet. That was one I got from Poundland. It's picked it up. I've not watched it yet. I haven't really heard that great about it. Cerberus, like a creature flick. That was okay. I saw that on the I think it was the Horror Channel or the Sci-Fi Channel, something like that. But it wasn't bad. Chain Letter, didn't really like that one very much. Another cheap pickup though. The Chair, that was not the old film. I don't think it's the one from the 80s, the newer one. Not that great. George C. Scott's The Changeling, which is a really, really good haunted house film. It's aged a little bit, but great movie. There's Chore, which is I think is a Korean film about a huge man-eating pig, wild boar. That was a pretty good film. I enjoyed that one. Cherry Falls, it was okay. It was like a slasher film. This run-of-the-mill slasher. It was okay. The original Child's Play, that was a great film. That really, really good. I got the Region 1 copy there. Managed to pick it up cheap. So that was okay. Enjoyed that one. And Child's Play 2, that was another good one there. Probably just as good as the first in my opinion. There's some really good scenes in that. But Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for viewing. Bye.